When you think of bombers, those big, calm, battle-hardened behemoths may immediately come to mind. Recently, many media reports that the number of Chinese bombers in service is close to or even exceeds the total number of bombers of the United States and Russia, which sounds a bit scary, doesn't it? So why is China building the world's largest bomber fleet? What's the story behind it? The development of China's bomber fleet has always been closely linked to the country's national security needs, industrial and technological base, and the evolution of the strategic environment. When the outside world is buzzing about the number of Chinese active bombers, approaching or even exceeding the total number of US and Russian bombers, this reflects the leapfrog development of the Chinese Air Force, and also reveals the internal logic of equipment construction under the modern warfare pattern. Starting from the H-6, which was initially modeled on the Tu-16, to the formation of a bomber system covering multiple missions such as conventional strikes, anti-ship operations, and strategic deterrence, this development trajectory contains profound strategic considerations and technological accumulation behind it. As the only country in the world that has maintained continuous production of medium bombers, China's half-century-long improvement of the H-6 series is a unique case in the aviation industry. Starting from 1969, when the first domestically produced H-6 was put into service, the aircraft has gone through 12 major improvements, and more than 20 types of modifications such as electronic reconnaissance, aerial refueling, anti-ship strike, and nuclear readiness have been derived. This mode of continuous optimization of platforms plus expansion of mission modules not only maintains a complete aviation manufacturing industry chain, but also fosters 3 generations of aviation engineers and technicians. Harbin Aircraft Industry Group's production line is always in a warm state, not only to ensure the rapid expansion of production capacity in wartime, but also through the progressive improvement of the airframe life, from 8,000 hours to 35,000 hours. The avionics system is to achieve the mechanical instrumentation to the all-glass cockpit of the LEAP. This, small steps, fast-running, strategy of technology iteration, so that the seemingly obsolete platform continues to revitalize. In the 2016 South China Sea Combat Readiness Cruise, mounted Hawk 12 anti-ship missiles H-6J debut, the combination of its 800-kilometer range and Mach 3 breakout speed successfully shaped the area denial capability of a key link. The numerical superiority is not simply superimposed, but is based on the structural design of the combat system. The H-6K in model extends the combat radius to 3,500 kilometers, which, together with the 2,000-kilometer range Longsword 20 cruise missile, creates the capability to cover the second island chain. Although the 6-ton ammunition capacity of a single aircraft is only 1/3 of that of a B-52, the firepower density formed by 24 H-6Ks firing 144 cruise missiles in unison is sufficient to break through any existing air defense system when carrying out saturation strikes through swarm tactics. This operational thinking in the 2021 Zhuhai Air Show has been verified. The H-6N demonstrated dual aircraft, dual bomb configuration, the Hawk 21 hypersonic missiles into the arsenal, the terminal speed of Mach 6 with the Chancellor trajectory, so that the interception window of the carrier battle group shortened to 30 seconds. When such a strike unit unfolds on a squadron scale, what is on display is no longer just the number of platforms, but also the qualitative change in systematic warfare. The construction of strategic deterrent capability also follows the same progressive logic. The H-6N extends its range to 8,000 kilometers through aerial refueling, and together with the nuclear warhead-capable Longsword 20, it has initially formed an air-based nuclear strike capability. Although there is still a gap with the 11,000-kilometer range of the B-2A Phantom, it has been able to form an effective deterrent against key strategic targets by relying on the forward deployment of islands and reefs in the South China Sea. This idea of phased construction has bought valuable time for the development of subsequent stealth strategic bombers. The next promotional video released by Zhifei Group in 2018, as well as the masked flying wing configuration appearing in the 2022 Air Force recruitment video, all signal that the H-20 project is progressing steadily. The new platform, which adopts a wing layout built in bomb bay and plasma stealth technology, may achieve a breakthrough of 12,000-kilometer range and 20-ton bomb capacity, and its subsonic cruising efficiency may be 15% higher than that of the B-2, which will be a milestone in China's efforts to build a complete, trinity, of nuclear deterrent systems. In the dimension of maritime strategy, the bomber group plays a special role as an airborne arsenal ship in the South China Sea. More than 200 H-6 war patrols are conducted every year, which is a concrete practice of the strategy of presence is deterrence. The H-6G fleet carrying 4 Hawk 1-2s, together with the fire control chain built by space-based satellites and unmanned reconnaissance aircraft, can implement fire control of 100,000 square kilometers of sea within half an hour. This capability was fully demonstrated in the 2022 Rim of Taiwan exercise, where strike group of 12 H-6Ms formed a cross-domain synergy with Type 055 destroyers, building a tactical posture of multi-axial assault. Compared with the US and Russian bombers, which are more focused on strategic nuclear deterrence, China's bomber force has demonstrated a unique, battle-tactical level flexible application, which originates from the real needs of the geosecurity environment, but also thanks to the innovation of design concepts brought about by the advantage of latecomer. The development path of technological inheritance and innovation has enabled China's bomber industry to come out of a unique curve. The turbofan 18 engine for the H-6K developed by the Shenyang Engine Research Institute reduces fuel consumption by 20% while increasing thrust by 15%, and this achievement based on the reverse engineering of the CFM56 core machine has accumulated valuable experience for the subsequent development of the turbofan 20. The integrated avionics system developed by the Xi'an Institute of Flight Automation and Control has increased the efficiency of situational awareness by 40% through data fusion technology, and these subsystem breakthroughs have laid the technical foundation for future stealth platforms. It is noteworthy that the latest variant of the H-6, revealed in 2023, carries a distributed aperture system, a devolution of technology originally belonging to a fifth-generation aircraft, marking a new stage in the fusion of old platforms with new technology. Observed from a strategic perspective, the scale construction of the bomber echelon is essentially a functional solution to national security needs. When the land-based DF-26 missiles bring Guam into range, and when the Type 096 nuclear submarine carries the Jumbo 3 deep into the oceans, the quantitative advantage of the bomber fleet is being transformed into the multiplier effect of systematic warfare. The U.S. Department of Defense's China Military Power Report 2023 notes that the average annual attendance of Chinese Air Force bombers has increased by 75% compared to 5 years ago, indicating that the accumulation of numbers has begun to translate into real-world capabilities. In the future, when the H-20 and the H-6 series form a high-low mix, together with air and space unmanned combat platforms, it may reconfigure the strategic balance in the Asia-Pacific region. This development trajectory confirms the deep law of modern equipment construction. Before the breakthrough of core technology, effective deterrence will be maintained through platform optimization and tactical innovation. When the technological inflection point arrives, the intergenerational leap in combat capability can be achieved rapidly. The development story of China's bomber fleet is a vivid illustration of such strategic patience.